Hello, adventurers. Welcome back to our channel, Dark Alchemy, where today we're talking with Dungeon Master Evanson about the Curse of Strahd, the Beadle Grimm.
Legendary edition of the Curse of Strahd.
We just finished this campaign. It was brutal, absolutely brutal. I did enjoy it, though. So normally you'd have a book like this. This is a Dungeons & Dragons adventure book.
Typical size.
A typical size book, and everything would be here. But now, with the Legendary edition, we have a bunch of books. So can you just tell me about this, Dave?
Yeah, they break theirs into like little modules where kind of like say you don't need the whole book in your hand. So if you're going to be running the first few chapters, they break them down, and each book has different chapters.
So right here we have Chapter 1, Into the Mist, Chapter 2, The Lands of Barovia, and Chapter 3, The Village of Barovia.
So yeah, this will get you started. You can do easily the first 3 or so levels, or probably a little more, and get a good chunk of info without overstressing about other information and looking ahead. So they do a good job with that, and it's nice to carry with you if you're just still researching on the go, rather than having the whole big book and have unnecessary weight, which is always good.
Okay. Can you tell me about one of the most important tools, the Dungeon Master screen?
Well, the Dungeon Master screen for this particular venture, or I don't know if it's got to be from them. I like it a lot because they have the map, and on the map they do the times, they do the breakdowns for travel from one town to the other, which is really critical for it because there's a lot of travel in this game. And when adventurers are like, "Oh, we could do that. How far is that?" and you got to remind them it's 35 plus 25 plus 15, and it kind of, "Oh, that's like an all day adventure. We can't do that today," and they have to replan their thing. So it's really helpful to keep them on track too, so they can't just like, "Oh, we'll quickly walk 8 hours and such."
Oh, I got you. So they have a map here. So what else they have? They have important people.
Yes, Barovia names, NPCs, information, quick logs. Other than that, and then they give you a bunch of random names.
Do you think that's one of the biggest challenges sometimes is record keeping of the people you meet and come across?
Especially in a custom game. Luckily, this is pretty set in stone who's there. You can obviously add a few, which I did. But the name list is quick reference was nice.
What else do we have in the Legendary Edition here? Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. Ugh. They give us lots of handouts. They gave you a 3-adventure supplement to either add in the beginning as a hook or as just a mission you can add in anywhere in the story. I did not choose to do it because I tried to stay a little more true to the adventure, being that this was everyone's first time, my first time running it.
Okay.
And I didn't want to get too out of the book.
So I think maybe I'll save the spoilers for the end. So we'll just go through this, but I won't try to give away anything if anybody's just generally watching. Do you think this edition, Legendary Edition, was worth it?
I do. I really like how they broke it down. I like the handouts. I like the.
So this here was one of my favorite parts. These are the tarot cards?
Yes, the fate cards, tarot cards that you guys
fate cards.
Usually do pretty early on in the adventure to determine where the magic items are going to be found, where Strahd might be found, where other... And she reaches over to the first card and says, this card will tell of the history, knowledge of the ancient. Yes, this will help you better understand your enemy. The Berserker. Find the mad dog's crypt. The treasure lies within, beneath the blackened bones. And she reaches over to the next one. As she touches this one, the light starts to glow into the room. It gets more brighter in the room, and she says, this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The hooded one. This treasure is inside the head of a giant statue in the Amber Temple. Not so vague. And she reaches over to the third and says, this card of power and strength, it tells of a weapon's vengeance, a sword of sunlight, the tax collector. A treasure is hidden in the Vistani treasure wagon. The Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to releasing the treasure. Very interesting.
Missing child.
Sure, it's this one. This card sheds light on the one who will help you greatly in the battle that is to come. The Raven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've seen
It's
that.
helped us already.
The leader. The leader of the Feathered One, who lives amongst the vines. Though old, he still may have one fight left in him.
No, I think we know who that is.
Cranky old man. Cleaning out a winery.
Yeah. One last fight, old man.
Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortals. This card will lead you to him. The Executioner.
Thought we got rid of him already.
I see a dark figure on a balcony, looking down upon the tortured land with a twisted smile. And just then the lights return. Allies that will take up the fight with you.
Yeah, they're really done nicely. I'm going to spread these out in a minute, and we'll do a video where we can actually see the cards.
Yeah, they high quality.
Yeah.
They don't really obviously don't offer them.
I mean, you get a lot of them too.
Yeah,
a lot of cards. A lot of different things could happen. What else do we have here?
they give you also blank custom sheets. So if you want to make your own
Well, I got to say,
letters and such.
this here was the cast of characters that you came across. So what Dave would do is, as we came across the characters, he would put them on the Dungeon Master screen, and they're folded here, so you could just put it up, and then you see what you're staring at. You're like, oh look, there's a witch with tarot cards in front of you, and it's just staring at you.
Yes, it is nice. It paints a nice picture. Gives you a quick reference. You want to describe them before you actually show them, and it gives you some quick stats and quick history of who they are and what they're capable of.
All the information's on the back. We have the name, hit points, speed, all the weapons, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. So that's facing you, so you can see what's going on.
Yep.
And not everybody's a bad guy. Well, maybe everybody is a bad guy. We don't know, but not everybody's a bad guy. So some people you just are interacting with over and over and meeting.
They also did portrait ones for just sceneries, for certain houses, certain magic items, certain moments in the game where you're telling a story. You put, just place it over. It just adds a nice little something extra.
I mean, this is just this guy over here. He seems pretty dangerous. It's a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a vampire world. There's going to be some werewolves. But I mean, look. I mean, just look at this stack. I mean, this is just.
Yeah.
This is all. These are all NPCs, monsters.
You could run it all theater of the mind because it gives you everything you need as far as the NPCs go. But even if you don't, it has all your stats there, so you can leave your book at home as far as that goes and have everything you need.
I did enjoy playing and having the miniatures out. I always enjoy the combat.
Yeah, me too.
That's a part of it. And looks like you have some nice maps here too.
Yes, they offer maps, but also blanks. You can write notes on the back if there's something important you want to do. Each city, different inns. You guys never made it here. Werewolf Den. Different, just endless maps, quick reference guides.
And honestly, I mean, if you had this edition and you wanted to use these maps for another game, you could pull them out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, some of these maps actually could become bastions too. If you wanted to map out your bastions, if you didn't feel like creating your own graph paper and something, you could actually just use some of these for, like this here is the Werewolf Den. And that could actually be some sort of Thief's Bastion or maybe a Druid Bastion. Maybe something like that. What else do we have in here, Dave? Did you bring the amulet?
I got to check.
All right.
You got they also give you a manual of all the beasts, all the important people of interest, and their stats and quick history.
Is this different? Is this different than the all these cards we have here?
Yes, that is like key characters that have big stats such as big boss fights you fight.
So it's
just
it's
Strahd
the
and-
appendix, the Creatures of
Yeah.
Horror, and the Taroka deck.
yeah, and
So the deck information's in here.
agreed.
Did you have a favorite part of the adventure running it as a dungeon master? Is there something that stands out that
just
was
that-
enjoyable to you?
I had a feeling it was going to be good just because of how much was there, and it really was you guys exploring the town of Valaki for the first time.
Okay, because it's always that new feeling. Like you walk into a new place,
And there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of threads that you could pull in different directions, and that was the biggest like, where could this go? Because it could go south fast, or
All right. Let's stop there. You continue to watch. Don't stop the video. But let's stop there and say spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. So if you're going to play this, maybe don't continue watching. If you're a game master, dungeon master, you're running it, or if you already run it, then maybe continue watching. So, talking about the first part of Valaki, there was a priest, which my Minotaur character judged as an abomination.
no, that was Barovia.
That was Barovia.
That was the first village.
What do we do in Valaki that really...
That is where you became a teacher.
Oh, Valaki, I became the teacher. So I taught a student, and he ended up getting thrown out a window, and it affected the whole dynamic of the game, right?
Yeah, when you spear, because you were a Minotaur, and you charge spear the burgomaster's son out of the third-story window to his death. Yeah. Luckily, your spare of the dying was at hand.
Well, let's take a step back.
It does definitely escalate things.
The child was using illegal magics, teleporting people into walls, and he threw a fireball at us. But that scenario affected semantics. That scenario affected the game, where if somebody else had maybe not interacted with him, the timeline would have went differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did kill the priest who was harboring a vampire fugitive
in the town before.
Did that affect the game?
Well, yeah. They were, they wanted the marriage to happen. Well, Strahd did, and he wanted him to host, be the father to do the. So it was inconvenient.
Did anything else affect the game that you thought was amusing?
Oh, top of my head. The whole last part of the Ravenloft when you guys were exploring it.
So we go into the Castle Ravenloft. I'll try to integrate some pictures I did take. You had some huge maps. Where were those maps from?
This also from you?
Was it a separate purchase?
No.
It's included?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll have to put that down. In this part of the video, I'll put the maps down. I have some video of it or some pictures of it. We had these huge maps where we're exploring the Castle Ravenloft, and they're the size of this table. I mean, we were spread out.
Yeah.
Like 6 feet of maps.
I will say, though, the maps are beautiful. They are just too big.
Just too big, yeah.
I mean,
if you're playing in the kitchen, it's going to be a little harder.
Yeah, they're just too wide, Yeah. For a normal table size.
Yeah, you'd have to fold them or cut them down.
For the true layout of the dungeon.
So we got pretty lucky with the castle. We pulled the tarot cards, the Taroka cards, and we found out what Strahd was, and we went back and forth a little bit, but we kind of figured out we can go right to him.
Yeah, you guys decided to just basically stop exploring as far as you did. And
what did we miss out? We missed out on some dragons.
Yes, you missed out on the heart of Strahd, which is in one of the pillars, and there's an actual heart that's glowing, and there's a whole big fight there.
Okay.
I had a nice bunch of plants. There was an NPC you meet right there.
Okay.
You met one of them in the basement, and then there was at least 5 or 6 other NPCs, the accountant.
So there's a lot. So one thing, again, this is the spoiler section. One thing I didn't realize, which was maybe a missed opportunity for us, we could have went to the castle, explored slowly, almost like in like Dracula, where they go into the castle but they don't get killed. We could have went to the castle, kind of checked it out, and pulled out.
You guys kind of had a very like
it wasn't until
F you to him, you know what I mean? So he was very like can't really work with you because you guys.
Did some people work with Strahd like during the campaign?
Yeah.
Why do you think people game master and dungeon master this over and over?
Oh, just because of the different outcomes. Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, sometimes most of them don't finish. Yeah. I've seen most people, that's like one of the ongoing jokes, is they never finish the Curse of Strahd campaign.
Yeah, well, I think that's true of all gaming sessions.
That too.
Stuff falls apart and you don't really finish it. So yeah, Curse of Strahd, definitely
Yeah, it feels like the characters are all really fleshed out well. There is a little bit of you kind of have to like, how do I get them from this point to this point? There's a little bit of that, but for the most part, it's very well fleshed out.
All right. So two thumbs up for the Curse of Strahd. 2 stakes up.
Two stakes up.
Should have a stake meter.
I like that.
And at this point, what I'll do is if you continue to watch or I continue to film, I'll just kind of edit in a bunch of
Sure.
the stuff I have. Then we'll cue the music.